Welcome to the virtual captains meeting for the fourth event in the Indiana Kayak Anglers Sun Valley Sports Tournament Series.
The purpose of the online virtual captains meeting is so that on the morning of the event you can show up to Cabela's between 5:30 and 6:15, pay your entry fee, turn in your waiver, get your hog trough checked, and immediately head to your launch location. We'd like to thank Cabela's for allowing us to use their facilities for registration and then check in at the end of the day for our tournament headquarters. It's a nice big parking lot, nice central location to all of our launch points for this event. We'd also like to thank Sun Valley Sports for sponsoring our entire series this year and covering all of our costs so that we can have 100% payback on all of our events. This event will be 3 fish, 8-inch minimum, which is the smallest you can measure on your hog trough. We have 12 designated launch locations along the river. I will post the link to that interactive map in this video. It's also linked on the Tourney X registration page and our Facebook event. So it should be no question. You should know exactly where you're allowed to launch. There's 12 launch locations starting at Perkinsville to the north and Broad Ripple Park to the south. Plenty of water to fish. Once again, for this event, we're using Tourney X, so make sure that you have a Tourney X account and that you're registered for this event on Tourney X, and then use Tourney X throughout the day to turn in your photos. For those of you that don't have a smartphone or use a smartphone on the water and need me to manually upload your photos at the end of the day, I just ask that you're back to tournament headquarters maybe a little earlier than the 3 o'clock limit, so that we won't be holding everyone else up while we're trying to get that sorted out. Hopefully we won't have any connectivity problems like we did at Palestine. Fishing times for this event, first cast is 7 a.m. You can be on the water before then. I expect most of you probably will be, since you'll be leaving right from registration to head to your launch locations, but no lines in the water till 7 a.m. Need to be back to tournament headquarters at 3 p.m. We ask that you return to tournament headquarters regardless of your completion in the event, and just so that we know that everybody's off the water and safe. Normal rules apply for our events. We're using catch, photo, release as usual. Everyone must use a hog trough measuring device that we need to check at registration. Fish facing left, dorsal fin up, mouth closed. No hand under the gill plate, no hand over the eyes. We're following the normal KBF rules, so any mouth opening greater than 1/8 of an inch will be a 1/2 inch deduction. If it's even wider than that, then we have the discretion to actually put a bigger deduction on there. Your token must be visible in all photos, and you will receive your token at registration as usual. Your personal flotation device must be worn at all times. Failure to do so will result in disqualification from this event and possibly further future events with the Indiana Kayak Anglers. It's an absolute requirement. No leeway on that one. So river events are a little special, right? So you might find some water sometimes when you need to get out of your kayak to portage over shallow water. You're allowed to do so, get out of your kayak to get through shallow water, but no fishing unless you're in your kayak. No lines in the water when you're outside of your kayak, and also portaging over blockages in the water to get to the water you want to fish is fine as long as you're not trespassing. So if you have to go up on land to get around fallen logs, then there's a good chance that you're trespassing, and if you're trespassing, that's illegal, and if you're doing illegal things, you're disqualified from the event. I suspect there'll be some stretches of the river that will be more popular than others, which means that there'll be quite a bit of people fishing in those areas, and I just use etiquette, be nice to each other, have some fun, and we'll see you back at 3 o'clock.